Hello, it's your boy Jackass. Welcome in. Today I want to talk about a video World of Warcraft's YouTube channel posted a few days ago. The video is about the usage of add-ons today. What Blizzard's plan is to add-ons in the future, and just a general discussion about the add-ons and boss fights mechanics today. So, without further ado, let's have a look.
Welcome to a special edition of WoWcast, where we're going to talk about a patch 11.1.7 feature, and then a broader discussion about add-ons in World.
I just wanted to say, I just wanna give my honest opinion on the things they are saying in this video as a World of Warcraft player. So yeah.
World of Warcraft in general. I'm Dratnos, World of Warcraft content creator.
I'm Max. I'm the raid leader of Team Liquid, the WoW Guild, and a content creator as well.
And I'm Ian Hasekostas, game director on WoW, and it's a pleasure to be here with you guys.
Very excited to be here. So what are we doing in 11.1.7?
I just wanted to say there's a couple of things we are gonna get through in this video, which I wanna give my opinion on and maybe start a discussion. So let's get to it.
A whole bunch of fun stuff, but one of the features that we're extra excited about is a new UI option that we're adding called Rotation Assist, which is really designed to help players who are maybe picking.
So one of the first things is they're gonna implement is the rotational assist. I know many of you know the add-on called Hikeli, which is an add-on that helps you learning your rotation on a new class and new spec. So it basically flashes these recommended spells you're gonna use in the action bar. The fact that Blizzard is gonna implement it themselves, I think is a really good idea. So you don't have to like install a third-party add-on to like get the help you need to learn your rotation. So this is like a baseline to learn your new rotation.
Picking up a new spec or want some guidance on what abilities they should be using when, without having to turn to third-party add-ons for it. So we've seen that, there's an add-on called Hekili that is very popular with a lot of players. We're basically building in a very similar version of that into the base UI that you can opt into. That will, no matter what DPS spec you're playing, highlight the recommended next ability.
So this is great for both new players which just started the game, and it's great for old players which might want to play a new class, or maybe want to play a class they haven't played for years. Blizzard made a lot of class changes over the past years. So this is really a great help for people to learn the baseline of the rotation of a spec they haven't played that much.
Given your current energy, what's going on around you, and so forth. One extra thing that we're also going to do, which maybe goes a bit beyond what the add-ons can do, is also have a one-button version of that, where there'll be.
So this is the next thing I want to give my opinion on, the single button assistant. It casts a rotation of damage spells using the single button assistant. It's basically a sequence macro. But if you notice this, increase the time between using abilities by 0.2 seconds. So that's a significant increase in your GCD. I don't think we're gonna be seeing people using this in content where they have to push themselves. Like, let's say you are in a 10 key, 11 key, 12 key, 15 key. I don't think you will be using this, neither in rates, maybe normal, not heroic and mythic. I see this as a help to players who maybe don't have that much time to push content, maybe don't have a group or friends to play with, but just wanna play the games by doing deals, doing quests, and all that. So it's basically your rotation in one button. So for me, I will not be using it, but for me, I see it as a great way to like welcome new players and players who doesn't have that much time to master rotation and just want to play the game. I think he's gonna say it later on.
Be like a keybind that if you just want almost an auto rotation, you can opt into that and it will just automatically cast the next recommended ability in the sequence. There'll be a small GCD penalty associated with that, but we want to make sure that this is for accessibility purposes, that it's there for people who maybe just honestly aren't interested in the gameplay of like mastering their spec. They want to explore Azeroth and experience the story and the mechanics.
It's for people who just wanna play World of Warcraft without doing high content. So it's a great idea for Blizzard to actually welcome those players. So I like that. The next thing I want to talk about is
down the line eventually, that may mean, I think, some broader restrictions on specifically what information add-ons have access to about combat events in real time. At the same time, we know that that's not a thing that we could just do right now without providing a lot more on our end, both in terms of just UI type functionality, but also looking at how we're designing some encounters, how some of our classes work. I think there are tons of add-ons that are healthy and valuable and really important to how players play the game that do rely on that flow of information. Everything from something as simple as damage meters to honestly boss time, like ability timelines, like the DVM
so he
style,
says
like when is this next ability?
The DVM style. I guess you all know DVM and big wigs and little wigs and all that. Blizzard wanna move away from the information those add-on gets by making their own add-ons or implemented in the baseline UI. So in the baseline UI, you will have like ability timers, boss timers, boss encounter timers, so you know when to dodge these frontals and kick the next cast, or maybe move out of the swirlies and all that. I think it's a great way to get people to not download third-party add-ons, and I just want to say I'm all for it. I think something like this should be in the baseline UI, so you don't have to rely on. You have to have like certain weak hour packs or add-on packs to get into a raid, because if you don't have those packs, you can't do the boss fight. That's something that should be in the baseline UI, and I like the fact that they came to realize it, which they may, as he said, may have to, slightly tweak in the boss mechanics. Not make them easier, but like to tweak the way the mechanics are. So yeah, it's a great idea.
Ability going to fire that people have basically been raiding with forever. That's not the like computational weak auras. That's just, hey, this ability is going to happen in 15 seconds. Like we want to build in our own version of that. Like I think like down the line, we'd love to see a play.
There's one more thing, a couple of more things actually. It's over here.
Like the single most popular add-on.
What is your view on damage meters?
Used across the entire game is a damage meter by like a fair margin.
Okay.
The majority of players, the large majority of players, have a damage meter add-on installed. And so that indicates that people want to see that information at least about themselves. We definitely want more nuanced measures of success and understanding, like how successful were you or how much did you contribute on this run, highlighting things.
So a damage meter for me is a way to like improve yourself, to like see what did I do great and what did I not do so great. So it's a way to like improve yourself in boss fights, in keys and in raids and all that. It gives you the information you need to better yourself in the next fight. But the damage meter we have now is a third-party add-on, which might not be as accurate as if it came from the source itself, like Blizzard did. Like Blizzard did their own damage meter, where the numbers are correct. The fact that these numbers are correct and you need to improve, or you did great with these numbers. And it's server based, so people are in the same combat phase as you, so the numbers will be correct and reliable all the time, which is really, really good. And it's something they should have done like years ago. As long as I can remember, damage meters have been a part of WoW for so long, and they should really have done it years ago. We have I have something more right here.
Boss mods are as well. And I think a lot of it just comes down to, what are the coordination challenges that we're presenting?
What WeakCores can do. Is there an appetite for changing how heroic and normal raids function as well?
Do we
do
see the
these
same
problems
effects of add-ons
in there as well for what add-ons
raids?
can do and how they solve things?
Absolutely. I mean, I think it all trickles down, right? I mean, I think maybe even a larger percentage of players doing Mythic Raid might use specific weak aura packs than, let's say, normal. But those add-ons are used by the majority of players right now, and certainly other, boss mods are as well. And I think a lot of it just comes down to, what are the coordination challenges that we're presenting? If there's something that everyone is relying on a tool right now to assist with, we would have to change it to still keep it the same level of challenging, but without that same automation assistance. And
that's what I said before. They need to tweak the mechanics to get people to not use weak auras and add-ons. The thing is, World of Warcraft is a MMO, and the fun part of MMO is like the social part of it, where you like, let's say you're in a raid, and the thing you have to rely on is communication, coordination. As it right now, the only thing you have to rely on, at least in normal and heroic, is basically a weak aura pack that tells you when to soak, which groups is it to soak, and where you have to stand. Basically, it tells you everything. Where back in the day, you actually have to like use comms and coordinate which group is going to take the next soak, or which group is going to take the next debuff. So it really took a little bit of the fun from it, but the fact that they are trying to change it and bring more coordination back in the raids and Mythic Plus and all that, it's a step forward, not backwards.
That can take many forms. It can be there's one or two fewer things to soak. You have an extra couple of seconds to like actually spread out on the fly. It's a pretty common mechanic of like, all right, 3 people get a debuff and they just have to like run out in different directions from each other. People have been just kind of
complexity has actually gone down.
Is
intentional
something
design
more
point, it's
about the Mythic Plus
okay
system.
with all the audio and visual aids that exist currently within add-ons.
I think the answer is mixed there. I think like audio prompts are something that are super valuable to people. That's something we want to continue to add support for on our end as well.
And that's something they have to continue to add support for, because if you see a Mythic Plus key today online, and you see all that visuals and add-ons and weak packs they have on screen, along with the audio voice packs they have, like all you hear is like dodge, frontal, and all those kinds of things. They will need to still have these things, or at least make the, let's say you in a key and you pull a pack with 10 mobs. 4 of them are casters, and one of these casters are like a lethal mob with a lethal cast you have to interrupt. How are you gonna distinguish that lethal cast from the 4 other casters? So they really need to make them make the lethal cast more visual, or bring more audio to it, so you know it's that's the cast I need to interrupt, without using any weak or add-on that tells you it's that cast. So that's something they have to work out. They actually did it in season 1 of the War Within, with the Aracada mobs. Dead Valley, I think it was, with the green swirlies right before the cast. So step forward again, but a lot of work to do
as well. Like we know we've got feedback we've gotten around.
And you're like, that's
not
not
happening,
that,
yeah.
that can't
This
happen.
one.
Yes.
But I'm
You
looking
have to
forward
keep
to
those.
an M plus then, where if I can't have, if we're talking about maybe taking away my ability to
So-
air horn myself on
The last thing is around here.
a weakness of WoW. So I think there's a lot of people.
The thing he says is, as long as he could remember to play WoW, one of the strengths was that you basically can make World of Warcraft look exactly how you want to look by customize it with Elven UI, Cell add-ons, Shadow Uniframes, sexy minimap, and all that.
People that disagree with me on that, but then there's also people that they hear about Blizzard thinking about restricting add-ons and they're worried about losing that. Is there any intention to go after any of that kind of customization?
Not whatsoever. And in fact,
That's all I needed to hear. I like the fact that they won't go after any add-on that's just for customization. I like to have my UI look the way it does now. I like to be able to change it the way I want it to be, and that's a thing I really think is a big part of every World of Warcraft player's experience, is like to customize your UI to make it look exactly the way you want to have it look. And the fact that they won't go after any of those is a big plus. He only says he goes after like the combat information add-ons, which are provided by third-party add-ons. They wanna like make sure the add-ons are in the baseline UI by making it themselves, such as like Plater and big wigs and dungeon timers, boss timers, encounter timers, and all that. So make it a baseline of that UI, and that's a big plus. So let's say you have an old laptop and you really want to push keys, but you're required to download 5 different weak packs and 6 different add-ons, but your computer can't handle it. So when they are going to do all of this, it's a big plus for World of Warcraft. I don't think it will be in the near future. I don't think it will be within the next couple of years. I think in the next 4 to 5 years we will see all of these changes. They already took a little step by releasing the cooldown manager, which is a great tool. I'm not using it because it lacks a lot of customization, and it feels a little rushed when they released it, a little buggy, and it's definitely something I would use if they bring more customizations to it. I will delete my class weak overpack and use the cooldown manager. But as of right now, I'm using a weak overpack, and that's what I go with until there being a lot more customization. So that's basically it. I think it's a big plus for World of Warcraft, a big plus for Blizzard, that they actually listens to the community and actually is trying to change these things so you don't have to rely on add-ons to get into keys and doing raids and all that. So that's a big plus. So yeah, if you like the video, like and subscribe. I will leave my Twitch link in the comments, and let me know your thoughts on all this add-ons World of Warcraft is talking about. Leave your thoughts in a comment. I'll see you later.